Hello, I'm Azzopardi. I am Principal Curator of the Phoenician, Roman and Medieval sites, but I'm also involved in the running and administration and curatorship of the sites in Gozo. Today I'm going to talk to you about a particular object, an object which draws a lot of curiosity because of certain features it carries. It's also an object which is also close to my interest as well. This is the particular object which I'll be talking to you about today. In fact, this is an anchor stock which is very interesting because of certain characteristics it carries. There are other anchor stocks which look similar to it, but they do not carry the same characteristics. The characteristics I'm talking about are the astragals, which are reproduced on each of its flanks. These astragals used to be knuckle bones of sheep or goats, and they used to be reproduced sometimes on the flanks of an anchor stock in a superstitious way or for superstitious reasons. Let me explain myself better. When used as a game or when used in games, these knuckle bones could indicate a win for that player who manages to make the right combination, because these knuckle bones carry different size. They are played in the same way as dice are played nowadays. Now, it was believed, as a matter of superstition, that if these knuckle bones are reproduced in a way that they represent this winning combination, it was thought that they would bring good luck to the sailors at sea or to those traveling on board a sea vessel, in the case of a maritime context like this one, as represented by an anchor stock. So in that case, they believed that reproducing a set of astragals on the flanks of their anchor stock would bring good luck at sea, would prevent disasters at sea, would avert storms, evil. Unfortunately, in this particular case, it doesn't seem to have been this expected situation, because if it formed part of a shipwreck, it seems that it didn't bring those on board any good luck. It is important to mention that this anchor stock comes from the mouth of Xlendi Bay, along with other material, mostly ceramic material, which came from the same site, from the same underwater site. It is important to say this because it puts this anchor stock more in context, a maritime context in this way, in this case. As I said, this was not the sole artifact, the only artifact that was encountered, but there were especially a whole ceramic assemblage. But it would show that Xlendi Bay in Roman times and even in earlier Phoenician times too was used as a maritime hub for commercial activity, for trade, in the sense that goods coming either from North Africa on their way to Europe or to the south or to the northern Mediterranean and vice versa. In other words, one might imagine this maritime context, this commercial context going on at Xlendi, and these sea vessels coming in and out. This could have been one of them, which was not so fortunate enough to reach its destination or to reach Xlendi Harbor itself, because it was found on the seabed. In fact, it could have been part of a shipwreck. But again, the fact that it comes from the mouth of Xlendi Bay, where it was approaching the bay itself, would show that, or would rather put this particular artifact in a wider, in a broader maritime context, in a broader Mediterranean context, which was characterized by maritime activity in those days. Always in connection with the same artifact we are talking about, it is important to say that the seashore, the original seashore, way back in Roman times, wasn't in the same place as we observe it nowadays. It extended further inland, towards where the present Our Lady of Carmel Chapel is situated in Xlendi. What happened was this, that During the earthquake of 1693, which had its epicenter in northern southern Sicily, now much later than Roman times, as a result of that seismic activity which took place underwater, the seawater receded until the place where the present Xlendi Tower is located. And on returning back, the seawater coming in with a huge energy did not get back to its original place by the place where the present Our Lady of Carmel Chapel is located, but it stopped where it is located nowadays, where the seashore, where the Xlendi seashore is located nowadays. To better understand Roman anchors like the one on which we have got the astragals, which we have just spoken about, we have got here a reconstruction of a Roman anchor. It's a type of an anchor which was in use between the 4th century BC and the 4th century AD, so over a large time span around the entire Mediterranean. We have got here original parts, but also modern reconstructed parts. The anchor stock and the collar are original parts made of lead. The rest, the wooden flank and those flukes, are made of wood. They are modern parts because in seawater wood doesn't survive, nor does the rope. So the rope is also modern. But in all, it gives you an idea of the size and shape of a Roman anchor in use between the 4th century BC and 4th century AD throughout the entire Mediterranean, and similar to the one which has got astragals on the flanks of its stock.